Contribute to the world. There's nothing more meaningful and rewarding than supporting another person, contributing your time to a cause, and being involved with making the world a better place. Young people who work to make the world a better place, they have a greater sense of purpose. They feel really good about themselves, and they're able to handle their problems on their own with greater ease. It's important to understand that you really can make a difference in other people's lives. And I think the role of youth is to recognize the mistakes adults have made and to build a better world. Through this presentation, we'll take a look at some ideas of how you can contribute to the world, and by doing that, make yourself feel a whole lot better. Some things to consider before doing good. The first one is do something that you love. If you love shopping, you could find an elderly neighbor or a family member or someone who isn't able to get out of the house much. Go shopping for them. If you're really someone who's into the movies and checking out what the latest cinema has to offer, why not take a friend to see a film that you know that they would enjoy? And if you enjoy a really good cup of hot chocolate or whatever kind of warm beverage, put the kettle on for some friends during the weekend and have a warm beverage and a chat to talk about meaningful things. The second thing to keep in mind is that you're keeping others in mind. Although you're carrying out good deeds for other people to make you feel good, don't forget and always keep in mind that you're doing it for a benefit that is not only for you, but for the benefit of others. And the third thing to keep in mind is don't overdo it. It's important to make sure that you don't overdo it. If you find that you're giving too much of yourself and you've gone way beyond your means, why not just take a step back? And we recommend starting really small so that you don't become overwhelmed, because remember, this is all about stress reduction and increasing the feeling of a positive well-being. So make sure that you don't overwhelm yourself and you just take your time. Okay, to get us started on altruism and giving back and contributing to the world, I challenge you to a random acts of kindness challenge. So with this in mind, we're asking that you try to help others out once a day for 1 week and see if it makes a difference in how you feel. Try to keep track of any volunteering that you've done, support that you've given to friends and family, or any random acts of kindness that you've carried out or that someone has done for you. And make a note of how you feel. If you're not sure what sorts of things to do, here's a couple of ideas. Give up your seat on the bus or wherever you are outside to an elderly person, a pregnant person, or someone who's disabled. Take a minute to maybe help a tourist out if they're lost or in a rush. Help a parent carrying a pushchair down the stairs or hold the door for them. Be considerate of cyclists and other drivers on the road. And then in terms of at home and in your community, help an elderly neighbor out with some shopping if they need it. Help a friend pack and move. That is the kindest thing you can do. Write a handwritten thank you note from the heart. It feels so incredible to write it and so great to receive it. So try a couple of these out, keep a list, so do it for a week, just one a day, and see if it changes things for you. So why contribute to the world? Why help others? What's the science behind it? Because science is real, and it's a good thing to look at the research as to how these ways of contributing to our community and our world can make us feel better too. So one, helping others just feels good. It's just brain science. There's evidence that suggests that when you help others, you promote physiological changes in the brain that are linked with happiness. Helping others can also improve neural networks and encourage us to be more active. This in turn can help improve our self-esteem. The second is that it creates a sense of belonging and it reduces isolation. Volunteering and helping others can also help us feel like we belong somewhere, and who doesn't want to belong? You can make new friends, connect with different community members, and face-to-face activities such as volunteering at a food bank or an animal shelter, they help reduce and release feelings of loneliness and isolation. And the third part of that is that it keeps things in incredible perspective. Many people don't realize the impact that a different perspective can have on your outlook on life. Helping others, especially those that are less fortunate than yourself, can help to put things in perspective and make you feel more positive. There's some evidence that being aware of your own acts of kindness, as well as things that you are really grateful for in your life, it can increase feelings of happiness, of optimism, and of satisfaction. In doing good, it may help you have a more positive outlook about your own circumstances. And finally, it makes the world a better place, and it's totally contagious. Acts of kindness have the potential to make the world a happier place. And acts of kindness can improve our feelings of confidence, being in control, being happy, and being optimistic. It may also encourage others to repeat the good deed that they've experienced themselves, contributing to a more positive community. And the fifth and final thing is that the more you do for others, the more you do for yourself. The benefits of helping others can last long after the act you've done yourself, both for you and for them. Okay, so in conclusion, your personal stress plan and how you're going to contribute to the world. And by now you know that people who realize they are needed, they feel better about themselves because they can make a difference in the lives of others. So what's your plan? Do you commit to the Random Acts of Kindness Challenge? Or is there something more personal, maybe a member of the family that you'd like to dedicate some time to? Or maybe there's something in the community that's really calling to you where you want to reach out. My children and I, we just painted inspirational rocks and put them along the walking path, and they say things like peace and happiness and just things that can cheer up someone's general mood. You won't even know who you're affecting. And finally, you can help the environment possibly in some way, or even animals if that calls to you. So take some time to consider how you want to give back to the world, and know that by giving back to the world, you are absolutely giving back to yourself.